Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to Rowena May Inspired. My name is Kelly, and here's our pals, Mr. Wilby, Miss Pickles, and little baby Wilby Pickles. And if you're seeing that red live button at the top of my page, that means you're catching us live. And I hope you are, because we are crafting today with the Santal Crafting Group. So come on in, friends. Say hello when you pop on, so we know who's there. Let me refresh my page. I'm going to light up the positivity candle. Miss Giselle's just finishing up on her page. I noticed she has a positivity candle lit too. I mean, everything helps. Every little thing helps. It really does. And then it makes your craft room smell good too. So there's that. There's that. All right, what's the issue here? I'm clicking, but nothing's happening. I'm clicking. Okay, as a moderator, you can make changes to this video while it's live. Well, okay. Here we go. Here we go. No comments yet? Well, hello, friends. Let's see. We got 3 friends. We got 3 stalkers out there. Come on, somebody say something. All right, we're going to light this baby up. I'm going to try anyway. There we go. There we go. We're going to slide that over there. No comments yet. No comments yet. Nobody wants to be the first. Well, hello, Miss Krista. I'm glad you said you sprinkled me out. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Miss Giselle is just finishing up. She did a really cute craft that I actually have one of those. I actually have one of those things I could, the Dollar Tree things. I could make one of those, so I might just do that. Hello, Miss Kathy. I forgot to let Mother know I was going live, so she may or may not see Miss Kathy's post, because I'm sure Miss Kathy's going to let her know. Hello, Miss Bev from Iowa, and Miss Debbie. How are you, friends? I'm going to slide our friends over here to the right. They can get nice and cozy. Hello, Miss Teresa. So, you guys, trying to decide what I was going to do today. And is it bright enough? I've got my light to the side because sometimes I know it looks really noxious. Hello, Miss Kathy. Is it bright enough for everybody? It's weird for me because the light's kind of over here instead of like, yeah, yeah, I know. She's on now. She's on. She's here. So I went over to my stash. I'm always doing that. I go over and look through. I have like 2 bins of Christmas stuff, and I'm like, well, what am I going to do? So, you guys, I had this little guy that I got from an estate sale, okay? He was stark white, but while I was, hello, Miss Jennifer, while I was watching, I was finishing watching Miss Jennifer, and then I was watching Miss Giselle, and I decided to take my coffee grunge and put my coffee grunge in a spray bottle and spray it. Now, I don't know. Somebody tell me, is this crocheted or is this knitted? Because I don't want to offend anybody. Hello, Miss Glenda. Thank you for sprinkling. Hello, Miss Debbie. I don't know the difference when it comes to this kind of fineness. But look at this little guy. Look at the little, they've got like these little areas on the back. I thought for a minute they screwed up, and then I was like, oh no, there's a whole bunch of them. So he's been sprayed with the coffee grunge mix. Hello, Miss Stephanie and Miss Dawn. He's got a little snowflake down here at the bottom. He's got a little hat. You can see his face, right? So he was stark white, but I want to make him more primitive, okay? He had a scarf on. Hello, Miss Karen from Rainy, New Jersey. Ooh, that scarf got really dark. I dipped the scarf right in the grunge. It went boom. You think it's crochet, Mom? Okay, I don't know. So he had a scarf on. It wraps around like so, something like that. We'll put that back on there. He has another arm, but I plucked his arm off because he was holding this little bag. Hello, Miss Lori. He had this little bag. It's got a little, it was like, it had some stuffing in it, and it was kind of wadded up, and it has a little flower on it. Well, it also had pearls on it. He has some greenery up here that had pearls on it. I've already taken that and painted that green. And one more thing he had, under this arm over here, he had this stinking cute little Christmas tree he was holding. Now, I kind of, I watered down some moss, and look at the little star. Isn't that stinking cute? It looks crocheted. Okay. See, I didn't know. I mean, I never want to, like, I never crocheted something that like this with that kind of like fineness. But whatever they did to it, it's like really stiff, and they hot glued like 2 pieces together. So I didn't want to destroy it. I wanted to kind of make it more of what I would like. So I'm going to go ahead. I did the tree ahead of time. This was going to take me a while. So I did the tree. I sprayed it and dried it. I took off the holly from his hat. I mean, we could use the holly. Just use something else. But I'm going to, you know, make his eyes black and his nose orange. And his hat's going to be black. Somebody has to watch over. He's adorable. Looks crocheted. Okay. Well, good. Okay. I just didn't want to say, oh, this is crocheted. And then somebody's like, that's knitting. I'm like, sorry, I don't know. Because I pretty much call everything crochet. All right, let me grab my black chalk paint, because we're going to start with the hat, okay? So when I did this, I watered down the moss, but I don't know that I'm going to water down the black. I might just go for it. Let's just see how it goes here. So how's everybody's Tuesday? How's everybody's Tuesday? All right, let's see what happens here. So the reason why I sprayed everything, even if I'm going to paint over it, is because I may not get full coverage, and I would rather have it look, I'm going to put my apron on because I feel like I might splatter some paint here. I don't want to do that. I didn't originally, when I started to paint that, I painted that holly green. I didn't stain it, and I went over it afterwards. Hello, Miss Giselle. I loved your project. Now, Miss Giselle, when you were talking about Miss Giselle's having like, what'd you say, a 25-pound turkey for 3 people? What I was referring to in my shrimp gumbo, shrimp Creole, popcorn shrimp was, or popcorn turkey is, I was saying shrimp, but turkey is, in Forrest Gump, when Bubba and Forrest are like scrubbing the floor when they're in the military, and they're talking about their dream of owning the shrimp boat, and Bubba's like, we could make popcorn, or he could say, shrimp Creole, shrimp gumbo, popcorn, just naming all those things. So when you said you're going to have turkey this, turkey that, that's all I could think of. So that's what I was talking about, you know, just in my rambling ways. Well, I locked up the office and came in the house thinking it was 5. Craig said, what are you doing? You got kicked back out. Oh, shoot. I guess, I mean, at least you're close, right? At least you're close. Oh, shoot. All right, check out her hat. I gotta get the bottom part of the hat. I gotta be really careful with this part. Hello, Miss Michelle. How are you, friend? I gotta be careful. I don't want to get his... I'll do the top part first, but then I don't want to get his face. I don't want to get his face. So you guys, this week is a little unique. We're working from home. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Hello, Miss Roberta. Happy Tuesday. They're exterminating our building this week. So, because a lot of people take off on, you know, obviously Thursday we have off, but then Friday, they decided this would be a good week. Put that over there. This would be a good week to, hello, Miss Jenny, to exterminate the building. They've never done, like, apparently the cockroaches are taking over. I don't know, but we've never had to close a building. They usually treat it like on the weekends or something, but I don't know. I don't know. No, Miss Jeanette, I did not make this. Can't watch you. Keep those eyes on the road, lady. Keep those eyes on the road. I got this from an estate sale. And I love Snowman. So when I saw this, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it sure is stinking cute. So far we just, I took my grunge. Now, grunge is kind of hard to spray through a spray bottle, at least that size, because it's got cinnamon in it, and it kind of gives you a little fix, but it's fine. It works fine. And actually, I think I got it pretty much close enough to the edge. Maybe one little spot here that I want to touch up. You love it so far? Well, I love your creations. We went to, we were in Shipshewana over the weekend, and there is a store down there. I don't know that they have a Facebook page, but there's a store down there called A Thankful Heart. Miss Roberta, you would be in love. It is primitive as primitive could be. I mean, it is amazing. I just stand there and I look at the things and I'm like, for one, I wish I could afford the things because their stuff is so expensive. But it's so cool. It's just so cool. I think Mother and my sister and I all got the kind of like the primitive timer candles. You'll go back to work in dead roaches every day. In the words. I know. We were talking about, we envisioned them like a line trying to walk out the door. Oh, shoot. Oh, it's not uncommon for us to come in after they've done it on the weekend and there'll be, big, huge dead ones in the hallway. It's disgusting. I'm like, how bad does it have to be that you got... I'm sorry that this thing is so annoying. I need a new one. I think I might ask Santa for a new one. Santa, can you please bring me a new dryer? I need one, please. This one's seen better days. All right, I think that's pretty good. So it's not totally covered, see? That's why I wanted to coffee stain it first so that what you saw underneath was more, not like super white. Hello, Miss Janet. Oh, I should have left the black out because I need to do the eyes. Just when I thought I had it all figured out, I was looking, no, I don't need to use the black anymore. Durr. Okay, let me find a brush that's like small enough to do the eyes. I just bought some new brushes. What did I do with them? Oh, please. Think I could find them in this mess? No. Nope. Okay. I just bought some new brushes. Oh, it was like a 4-pack. I thought they were purple. Where did I put them in? Wait, maybe they're in here. I've got little buckets all over. Oh, wait, maybe this is a good one right here. Well, thank you for sprinkling me out. Well, that's not one of them, but I was looking to see. I got these like detail brushes, and you think I could even find them in this mess? Did they? Oh, wait. Did they? Whoops. Landslide. Guys, I got brushes galore here. Some of these are not good brushes, and they need to go in the trash. Oh, wait. Looks like a good one. But I'm kind of like one of those people that just keeps putting them back in the cup, and I'll get to them. Hello, Miss Alita. How are you, friend? All right, let's see how we can do here with our doing our eyes. Doing our eyes. We don't have to get too fancy because I'm just gonna make them so we can see them. Oh, my husband's out hunting. It's been raining here today. It's been nasty. He saw a little tiny little, what do you call it? Button buck. He's like, that's all I've seen out here today. I'm like, I'm sorry. All right, there's his eyes. That's looking good. Okay, now he's got a really big mouth. He's got a really big mouth. I gotta make it across there. Let's see what we can do here. Got a really big mouth. So yeah, we had fun in Shipshewana over the weekend. We shopped. We did some crafting. We did diamond art. We did some like ornaments. Some snowflakes. I think you could turn the snowflake into like a magnet. And then I ended up ordering some more. But I ordered a little snowman. I'll show you. I got one down here because I was I just couldn't wait. They came in yesterday and I had to do a couple last night. Oh, that looks cute. Look. He's very happy, isn't he? Are you doing another craft show? No. I'm not. I'm done with craft shows for the year. I only usually do one. All right, now am I done with this? I usually only do one. I'm not going to get crazy with that paint on his face. That's good enough. That's good enough, right? This is our little primitive. But yeah, I just usually do one. That's about all. That's about all we can handle. I say we because my mom and mother and my sister and I. Now, aren't these cute? And they're just little diamond art. So they're sticky. And then you have your little thingy, your little picker pen. And it has numbers. So it's just a cute little thing. These came from Amazon. Now this is a keychain. The other one I have down here, it's laying here. I might have to touch it up. I took some dimensional magic and put on it. See how it's foggy looking? So I want to leave it laying flat because I just wanted to see how it would look with some with this Mod Podge dimensional magic, because it's kind of like what do you call that, resin, but it's not like you have to mix up the resins and all that. That's kind of what that dimensional magic is. If you've never used that before, it's kind of cool. It's easy to use. All right, I'm looking for some Pueblo. Pueblo. He is a very happy guy, isn't he? Right now he's got one arm, but we're gonna fix that. He was just all hot glued together, you know. He was all hot glued together. So what's everybody having for dinner tonight? I don't know what we're having. For lunch the past couple days, over the weekend my husband decided he wanted to make pulled pork. You know, I should have known that when I came home from Shipshawana that my house, just my kitchen, that was going to look like, literally like, he'd had a house party. Oh, he used this Instant Pot. So the Instant Pot was his. He came into the relationship with the Instant Pot. I am not an Instant Pot, you know. I just never had one. So he had the Instant Pot when we got together, and he's like, where's the Instant Pot? I'm like, probably in a cupboard, you know. So he decides he's going to do the roast in the Instant Pot. So the Instant Pot's in the sink. He used he had every single measuring spoon. Oh, I have these, you know, like the tablespoon all the way down to the whatever, the smallest one. Ooh, beef tips and noodles. That sounds chicken angel. Oh man, that sounds good. But yeah, I was like, I just walked in the door and I looked and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even have sinks right now. All I have is dishes. We have a dishwasher. But of course, I ran it before I left. So it was full. I had to empty it before I could fill it right back up. He's a mess. But I've been eating that pulled pork for the last couple days for lunch. Okay, there's his nose. Oh, he's so cute. Isn't he cute? He's quite adorable. Boop-a-doop, boop, boop. Okay. That'll do that. So, let's see where we're at now. My computer just turned to night mode, apparently. We're at night mode. All right. That's that. Now, his arm's going to go back over here. And the reason why this arm came off is because this little baggie, this little bag, this is still a little damp. I got to dry it a little bit more. His bag was kind of hooked under his hand, and when I pulled the bag, his hand fell off, his arm fell off. Grocery store meatloaf, sliced, and heated in the skillet with peppers and onions. That sounds delightful. No Instant Pot. Oh, you know what? You're right, Mr. I should have told him that. You know, it would have been better. You know, it would have been better had you not done that. Alright, do you guys think I should leave the bag this color and just paint on the flower? We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with the scarf. So the scarf is all, I mean, the scarf is really coffee stained. It is really. I mean, I dipped that in and pulled it out and squeezed it out. Ooh, lasagna's good. And that got really dark. It got really dark. So what do you think about our little flower, because I've got my little wood snowflakes. Hello, Miss Tracy. I've got my little wooden snowflakes that we can put on here to embellish. So like we could always put like a little snowflake on top of that flower, but we could always put a little something on there. What do you guys think? I've got some other snowflakes in here too. Like all these different wooden ones, but those are just the brown ones that are already, you know, they're already good to go. You made peanut butter cheesecake and cake with orange candy, raisins, coconut, and pecans, boiled the eggs, deviled eggs. All for, hold on, I gotta hit the button. All for Thursday, and you made chicken pot pie for dinner tonight. Oh my gosh, Miss Cheryl, how far are you from my house? How far are you from my house? I'll be right over. And that sounds delightful. I am going to try my hand at making, I want to do something with this bag, but I don't know. I don't know what. I'm going to try my hand at making rolls, you guys. Rolls. Rolls. Whoops. So his little scarf is it was something like this, okay? It came over on this side and it's going to be like that. But I'm trying to decide if I want to do something, maybe, do I want to stripe his, whoops. Some black paint got on, it must be from the hat somewhere. It's a little black paint. So I gotta be careful. What do you think? Somebody give me some ideas. What should I do? Should I do something with this scarf? Other than what it is? I feel like he needs, oh yeah, I could do some pink on the cheeks. I could definitely do that. No veggie tray for me this year. Oh, that will have to go on that bottom side. Got a little black on my scarf. Yep, I'm upgraded this year. I'm not doing the veggie tray. I'm gonna make rolls. We'll see. You know, there's so many recipes on the internet about rolls that I'm just like, let me try this. Okay, you guys, nobody's telling me what I should do. All right, you are a bit far. I could fly down. I could make it there for Thursday. Oh shoot, I'm just gonna dry this right here at the bottom. I think this is where I got the black paint. I don't want to have any more little whoopsie-daisies. Whoopsie daisies. Okay. All right. Nobody's saying anything about this scarf and what they think I should do with it. I mean, I can leave it brown. You want somebody to leave it the way it is? I can always, let me see. I can always kind of scrunch it up a little bit here. It is a cute little scarf, look. It's a little cute little scarf, and I could always put, we could always put the little stripes would bring, wait, do you need a little bit of dark red on him somewhere? Well, I'm gonna put up at the top with the, if I put this greenery back on him, hold on, let me, did I turn my, let me put this greenery on him, back on where it was. If we don't like it, we'll take it off. It was like right about here. So maybe I should use some like, okay, there's the greenery right there on his hat. So I was thinking I've got some berries down here in my little bag of tricks. You should. Oh, should make that. You should make that cheese bowl. Oh, that's kind of cute. There's. I think I must have. Who's calling me from Lansing? Hold on. Go away. There's a little bit of pip berries right on that greenery. I think we'll just stick that right in there. That'll be nice. That will be lovely. We'll put that right on there. Frozen bread dough thaw. That's what Mother usually does, but this doesn't really look that hard, and I just watch all these ladies make this bread, and I'm like, these rolls, and I'm like, we've got one of those fancy schmancy, you know, KitchenAids that we hardly use, so I should. Oh, you're taking your family to Cracker Barrel? Nice. I used to work at Cracker Barrel back in the day. I remember those holiday. All right, we're gonna glue his arm back on. I remember those holidays. It was crazy. I could see it. I could never understand it like that. I was only like 21. Yeah, back then. I could never understand it though, because I just love leftovers. But I understand it now that sometimes you don't need leftovers, and it's just easier. You don't have to cook. So I get it, but I'm always like, what about the leftovers? My sister now will be there with our to-go containers. All right, there. He's got his arm back. He's got his arm back. Roads frozen. That's what Mother does. That's what she normally does. Well, I'm going to try my hand at it this year, you guys. I'm going to try. All right. We're back to this scarf. Now, if I put, maybe if I just put some buttons on the scarf. Hello, Miss Donna. Maybe if I just put some buttons on the scarf, that will we'll put some red buttons. What if we do that? Hold on, let me look here in my button stash down here yonder and see what we got. What if we just did some red buttons? I want the perfect turkey sandwich. Well, if you don't have turkey, or if you're looking for turkey, you can go over to Miss Giselle's house, because she's gonna have 25 pounds of turkey. With the three of them, and they will probably eat, you know, probably like 2 pounds of it. Oh, I would shop at Cracker Barrel for sure too, no doubt. No doubt. But that was the problem when I worked there. I was only, you know, 21, but I still spent a lot of my paycheck there. I was still living with Mother back then. All right, hold on. Let me see. Maybe some green and red. Do you have a snowstorm coming? Yes, Miss Janet. Do you have one coming? Yes. Hold on. I'm just pulling out some green ones too. I don't know. We're going to 4 to 8 inches or something. We got some stupid notification. My husband sent me a text from the woods. He was like, we're supposed to get a snowstorm tomorrow night. I'm like, well, good thing we do have to go somewhere on Thursday, but I'm like, good thing we don't have to, like, really, I mean, we do have to go somewhere, but, I mean, if it got really bad. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. All right, I'm looking for a dark green one, and I can't find one. They're all too bright. Oh, wait, maybe that's a good one. There's one. Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to do these. I just pulled some out. We'll see. We'll see how we want to do them. Wait, and a bag of real... Mother likes the mashed potatoes that you can get. What are they? She buys them at Walmart. All right, you guys. So I'm going to take him, and I'm going to just glue his scarf on. Basically, right here is where it was glued before, so why not just go right back at it, right? It was glued right there. What is it? You can wander you can wander into the kitchen for seconds. That would be funny. Oh, doesn't he look all cozy with his little scarf on? He looks really cozy. He looks like he's going in the meadow. Hello, Miss Donna. No snow for me. Oh, I forgot about that. You did. Ooh, maybe we can do this. How about that? We'll put that. Oh yeah, that's going to be cute. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a little dot of glue. She said, I moved from Michigan to South Carolina to get away from that. Well, you are the smart one. You are the smart one. We're going to put a red one right in the center of that. Well, thank you. You know, that means a lot to me because I just love your... You guys, if you're on any of the primitive pages, if you go into any like primitive craft pages, you'll see Miss Roberta post her stuff. She makes, because she makes snowmen for one, and I just love them. And they're just, they got the long little wonky noses, which I just love. Oh, she's so good at it. So Miss, I hope I say your name right. Is it Zana or Zona? I bought this at an estate sale, so somebody made it. I'm just making it over. I'm making it more like the primitive look because I like that look. I like things that look like the, I don't know why. Why do I like things that are all dirty, grungy looking? I don't know. Like the grungier, the better. I don't know why that is. Isn't that weird? Okay, look. Look, he's got little buttons on his. Now that one right there, we may not even see it when I put my Christmas tree back on. I forgot. Hello, Miss Shannon. Okay, so here, isn't this stinking cute? Isn't that tree cute? Now, when this was, okay, there's the glue spot. So it was flat, okay? And it was glued under his arm. Yeah, I think, let me just pluck this off here. I didn't really think a whole lot about that. You're not even going to see that one because this tree's going to block it. So we'll just pull it off. Maybe we'll put it somewhere else. Let me tuck the tree back under. Frosty, look at him. Oh my God, he's so cute. Isn't he sweet? That tree just added, you guys, this was totally white. I don't know how I'm going to get any glue in there. I don't even know. Maybe I don't need to worry about gluing it. Look. Oh, I just love that. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to squish it. It was squished right in there. He was holding it just like that, but it was glued. You're looking forward to your first Tennessee snow. So you get snow where you're at? All right, we'll figure out if we can find a spot. Oh, we could always put this on his bag. We talked about the bag, didn't we? Hello, Miss Lori. How are you? Okay, let's do that. We already got it together here. How much? Oh, I can't talk. We are at 30 minutes. We might have to slow down here. When we get done, we have to figure something else out. Isn't he sweet? Sweet. Okay. Right in the center of this flower. Maybe I should have painted his bag. All right. Well, anyway, we're going to put this in here. Right. So in the center of that. Now this was what was in there. Let me just shove this back in here and see. This was in here like that. And it had, you would never give him up. I know, he's so sweet, isn't he? And he had he had pearls. He had pearls. There were pearls up here on his hat and there were pearls on the back. And I just clipped the pearls off. I was like, no pearls. So I don't know. What do you think about the bag? I feel like maybe the bag needs some color. What do you guys think? Because look, it's going to really blend in over here. What do you think? New York is getting snow. Oh, all right. What do you guys think about this bag? What do you think we should do with it? I feel like we should, whoops, get in there, Christmas tree. I feel like we should add something to it. Bag should be red. Okay, we can do that. All right, I just had a thought. I had a thought, and as quick as I thought it, it was gone. Pew, pew. Lipstick red is typically the color red I use. Ribbon. Ooh, I could put ribbon around I could put a little ribbon around his hat. The thing of his hat right here, couldn't I? We could pluck that out there and put it under. You guys, things are like when you guys give me suggestions, I'm like, oh yeah, I could have done that. I got the whole box of, if you see this box right here, it's all scraps. That true red is a little bit too pink, in my opinion. I don't know who names these paints. Now here's a bright red. Let's see what this see what this joker thinks. Red or green? Okay. Now that's pretty good. That's a pretty good red. I'm telling you what, lipstick red is the bomb. Imperial's good too, but where's lipstick at? Right here. Let me see if I have enough left. I use that so much. I probably could have like 4 bottles of paint here and be good because I use the same colors all the time. But I have like a gazillion bottles of paint over here. All right, you guys. I'm going to try to stay away from that. Stay away from that, but we'll see what happens here. Let's see. Let's use this, like, what do I want to call that? This stencil looking brush. 67, what? What's 67? What's 67? Degrees? I would love it if it was 67 degrees. All right. Look at my hand. Look at my hand. Whoops. Oh, homespun. Yeah, I could definitely do that. All right, I'm keeping my hand inside here because I don't want it to touch the other side and get all messed up. So we'll just do that. Now I probably don't have to even worry about the back, so let's not get crazy, Kelly. It's gonna go against the thing. Work smarter, not harder, but we do have time, right? Oh, your grandson did that. Oh, that's funny. Oh, he's doing that 6-7. Ah, oh yeah. Oh, now it's all making sense. When I thought it was you, I was like, she's rolling with the 6-7. That 6-7. Is he there? 6-7. That's what those kids look like. I don't. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Because I don't get it. Kids these days, I just don't get it. My one good friend, she has, maybe a first grade and 4th grader or something like that. Something along that line. But then she has like a 3-year-old, and he was doing that. She's like, I don't even know where he's coming up. But I'm like, yeah, I know, but from the other 2 that come home doing it. So she's got her little one just doing it constantly. She's like, Rrr. All right, we might as well finish the back of this because we've come this far, right? Do you know what 6? It doesn't mean anything. From what I understand, it means nothing. It's just some stupid, I don't know, video or a rapper or something said it, and I was watching a reel one day, and there was a guest teacher in like a third grade class, and they said, how old is Mr. whatever his name is, and they said, how tall are you? And he goes 6'7", and they go 6'7". Oh, Lord. I don't understand it either. My gosh, I've been wounded. I look like I've been wounded. All right, let me try to get some of that red paint off there before we dry this, because I'll have it everywhere. Wait, what does it actually mean? I've looked it up and I've heard him talk about it, and no one's saying what it actually means. It's like there's just not really a meaning for it. It's just some stupid little gimmick that the kids do. Oh, you sure like to know what it means? Yeah. Well, you'll have to tell us, because I don't have, thank God I don't have kids that around me that, because I don't think my sister lets my nephew do that. And my, oh geez, it means that? Well, I did not know that. Yeah. Maybe now I should tell my friend, you know, your 2-year-old's calling you a hoe. I did not know that. Maybe they were trying to avoid the question. When the people were saying, what does it mean? Oh my goodness. Well, I wouldn't be surprised, but that's kind of a stupid term. I mean, are they rating them as you're a 6 or a 7? I mean, that's pretty high on the scale, right? Oh, shoot. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay, we gotta get this dried up. Oh, goodness. Okay, how's it looking? I think it looks pretty good. Now, I might try to stuff something other than that white stuffing in there, since we'll be able to see that. Make sure. Inside looks pretty good. Inside looks pretty good. All right. Let me grab my bin of scraps. Let me see. I've got some old scraps over here that I don't know where I got them, but like a piece like this would be a good piece to put in there because it's that color. If you look it up on the pie chart. Okay, let me just see about just sticking that in there as a red. Filling that in there. If we can get that around there, maybe I can stick the stuffing in there a little bit. Well, I'll bet if that's what they're... Well, for one, it's just annoying. I told my girlfriend when her little 2-year-old says 6, 7 to say 8, 9. Now we're counting, and then he's only like I think he's 3, and we're counting. All right, there's one more. I don't know. This is a bag of like little scraps. Let me stick this in here. I can hide that. So we got a little poofiness. A little poofiness in our bag. And I don't think we need it to be. Now, let me see how. This was just kind of like wadded up underneath the arm over here. Let's see if I can get it back in here. I don't know if Frosty was helping Santa or what's the dealio, but he has a bag. Look. He has a little bag. You read an article about it. It's kind of deep and not in a... Well, I'm sure, Mom, if it means that. I did not know that's what it meant. I think because when I read it, they were like, it doesn't mean anything. Maybe that's what, because people were trying to say, it doesn't mean anything. Just disregard. All right, I'm going to take this piece of twine. I'm going to just tie the bag up. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. Just to make it look a little bit better. Okay? Hello, Miss Sue. Did I say hi to you, Miss Barb? Hello. How are you? Because we went and saw a show this weekend. It's called, what was it called, Mom? The Christmas Candy Caper. So, let me tell you a little bit about the Christmas Candy Caper. Funny show. It was, if you've ever been to Shipshewana, it was at the Blue Gate, like the little, oh my gosh, that's cute. The little, not the big theater, but the little theater. And I told my sister, I'm like, how did it feel to be like the youngest person in the theater? She really was. Because it was 1 o'clock on a Friday. It's the second time in her life she's probably been the youngest in a room, because when we went and saw John Fogerty from CCR late this summer, she was probably her and her husband were probably the youngest ones in there. Okay, you guys, look, that's cute. Okay, I am gonna glue this so it stays put. Put a little glue there. But anyway, basically it was a story about an Amish, an Amish candy maker. She had a little candy store, and she was a prankster. Google says it means absolutely nothing. I know. Maybe that's why it doesn't want. That's what I read too. Maybe they just don't want you to look at the bad part. What do you think about making a snowman? Oh, I bet you could do that. You totally could do that. Totally could do that. All right, you guys, look at this bag. That really makes the bag pop, doesn't it? When you made it red and just kind of hooked it on his side. He is turning out so stinking cute. Isn't he adorable? I should have zhuzhed him up long ago. Okay, so let me see some homespun or something. I've got some homespun in here. Let's see. This is the homespun bag of scraps. Anyway, the story was about that. So she was a little prankster. She liked to play jokes on people. Well, it was the Christmas Eve, and she was getting ready to finish up, you know, like sales. There's these two shady dudes walked in. Ended up they were trying to rob her, but all she had was like $24. She already did her daily deposit. So anyway. Without going into all the details of it, it was a cute story. Hello, Miss Amy was a cute story. However, when you know, there's always like a lead brother, and then like you guys remember from Of Mice and Men, like G. George, that one. You know, he was a little. Lenny was a little special. This one, he wasn't really that special, but he was a dork. He had his fly open, like, for a good majority of the... You guys, we are so close to the stage. Like, the people that were, like, right there were like, ah. It was so funny. It was so funny. Okay, I'm trying to find what color I want to use. Probably a red, green, but I'm trying to find which one. It was so funny. Mother goes, what did you say, Mother? I just couldn't, because I kept finding I couldn't like look away or something, because it was almost like you were just, not that you were drawn to it, but it was like right in your face, like. I think we were all worried he was going to have like a serious wardrobe malfunction. Hello, Miss Carol T. How are you, friend? All right, that might look cute. However, let's see. Yeah, it was funny. And then, like, we thought that when he went, okay, the first scene, you know, is when we, of course, I noticed it right away because they were wearing black pants and it was like a gold or silver, you know, zipper. And I thought for sure that when he came back, I thought for sure. I know, right? I thought for sure that he would have it zipped up, like somebody in the sound booth would have said, "Hey, Joe Schmo's fly is open." And there were a lot of dancing happening. It was a lot of dancing happening. I couldn't stop looking at his crotch because I was sure there was going to be. And you should have heard. I could hear my mom and my aunts back there behind us because they were in the row behind me and my cousin and my cousins and my sister, and they were laughing. I was like, "Oh, for heaven's sakes, straighten up, you three." Okay, we got time. I'm gonna grab my iron real quick. I'm gonna iron this fabric flat because it's rolled up. And we've got time. But I said to my sister, I go, what's the over under? Whoops! Oh shoot, my light went off. What's the over under of him coming back out here with his fly, with it zipped? And I thought for sure it would be zipped. And whoops. And what do you know? He comes back out. And it wasn't. It wasn't. We laughed again. It was so funny. But it, whoops. Did you see that? My battery went low. I noticed that it was gone. Like it was, he somehow, like he flopped on the floor and went, "Oh, my fly is open." Yeah, it was so funny. It was so funny. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna plug this in because I don't want it to go dead. It was, but you can hear him back there. Tee hee hee. And then here's my cousin. sitting next to my sister. It was me, my sister, my cousin. I look over at my one cousin. She's like, she's sleepy. She's like, I just had to rest my eyes for a minute. I'm like, she was not enjoying this whole thing. Oh, I know, right? His pants were very baggy, though. I felt like we were safe because they were very baggy. He had very baggy pants on. Okay, you guys, I just ironed that so it wasn't all curled up. Let me see if I can take this off without turning the light off again. Well, I'm trying anyway. There we go. Okay, so let me grab this real quick since I have my, because we don't want it to be white, because that's what's there. It's white and green and red. I know, mother's naughty. You guys, she can be naughty. Don't let her kid you. She can be naughty. All right. So, like I said, using the spray bottle with the grunge doesn't work too hot because I think either my spray bottle is getting old or the grunge is clogging it up. Okay, I think that's going to be good. I don't think we need all that. It was funny. We had a good laugh. But when it was over, he wasn't part of the, like, you know how it's like the cast goes out and kind of you can shake their hands and stuff. He wasn't part of that, so I wanted to go over and say, I don't know what I would have said to him. I'm sure he was like, I'm sure he was wondering how long was my fly open. We would have been like, until you realized it wasn't. In this spray bottle is the grunge mix, which is coffee, instant coffee, vanilla, cinnamon, and water. And I have a feature in my featured section on my page. I have the recipe of how I make it. You remind me, my sister. Yes, we had such a good time. Oh shoot! All right, that looks much better. I don't know if you can tell, but it looks much better, grungy. All right, I'm gonna put a little hot glue on the back here. I'm gonna press it on the front. Yes, we had a good time. All right, bring it around town. Let me pluck this off here real quick. Yeah, so you can go right on my page and you can see the recipe. It's really easy. Just some instant coffee, cinnamon, vanilla, and water. And I've had that jar. I'm gonna dump it out now because it's, I've had that forever. As long as you keep it in the refrigerator, for me it stays fine. It doesn't mold or anything, but I keep it in the refrigerator. Keep it in the refrigerator and it'll be fine. Because you use quite a bit of cinnamon, you don't want to just have to dump it out. And like some people say they only keep it for a little bit of time, but I'm like, hodgepodge. Just keep it in your fridge. It'll be fine. Be fine. Okay, now look. That looks cute on there. Now let's put this little guy back on. All right, you guys, we got 8 minutes. Up next is Miss Donna with craftingwithdonna.com. She's up next, and we are in the Stand Tall crafting group today, so I hope, I always tell you, I hope that you're all in there so that you can catch the next crafter, the next crafter, and the next crafter. Miss Jenny from Rose House Crafts is on. I'm not sure. Wait, let's see. So I would be 4 because it's the Central Time. So I gotta do the Central Time zone. So we're at 4. 5 is Donna. Somebody's at 6. 7 is Jenny, and 8 is Carol Ruth. Who's the one? I missed one. There's one in there that I missed. How stinking cute is he? Oh my gosh. Okay, we gotta put some cheeks on him. We didn't do the cheeks yet. Isn't he stinking cute? I probably should have taken a picture of him before I dismantled him. Oh, I always forget that. I'm bad about that. I should have taken a picture before I dismantled him. Oh well. You kind of saw what he looked like in the beginning. I mean, he does have the snowflake down here, but it's not really, it doesn't really pop very well because it's kind of hard to see anyway. And then his scarf's in the way, and then, you know, all the things. I love his little, it almost looks like a little ascot. It's very fancy. Very fancy. All right, let me get my brush here. Get a paper towel. All right. Now, cheeks. To do it right up here. Cheeks kind of hard for him because he has holes everywhere. Yeah, but I already had it apart before I know, I wish I would have taken one like I already had his arm off him and this tree. All right, what do you think about the cheeks? I tried to pick the hole above his mouth. Maybe not symmetrical. Well, I guess it's the best I could. It's really the best I could do. It's really the best I could do. All right. The only other thing I could do is I could add a little bit of something to the tree. Yeah, I just wish I would have like taken a picture of him like when he was all together, you know, with the pearls and everything on him. And then I'd be like, oh, look what you can do. You can take him from this to this with just some coffee and some paint. That's really what it was. I thought maybe I could do some, maybe I should put some buttons on his little tree. Let me just sit a couple on here. I probably won't, just grabbing a couple off the, but maybe I should do something like this, you guys. And just sit a couple on the little, well, thank you, Miss Karen. Like, sit a couple on the, oops, I'll have to maybe, well, once I glue that on there. But see what I'm saying? Maybe I should just put a couple, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One over there. I might do that. That'll give it a little bit more color. I'll pull out some color. I like to use the colorful ones. Oh! Hold on. Don't be mad, Krista. I'm going to run over here real quick. Hold on. This is what I'm going to do to them. I forgot. Hold on. Oh, where's it at? Here. I forgot to grab this. This is my light box. I'm going to put some lights in him. What are these? Ooh, those are Halloween. Those are Halloween. All right, these, I think, let me see, are these clear? I might have to put some batteries in here. These are a 25 count. I'm gonna, they're warm white. I'm gonna shove those up in there. These are green. I can't use these. So those are green. That's a green cord. I can't use that. All right, these are all my lights. You guys ever seen, I got these and I've only used one. Like, this is for like a wine bottle. It's like solar. So you put this in your wine bottle and you just untwist the lights and it's solar, so you can put it like outside or, I mean, like covered, but you know what I mean. Oh wait, we have time. We got 3 minutes. Hold on. These are, we could use these. These just have a pull thingy. Oh, let's not get crazy now. Let's not get crazy now with the flashing snowman. I want to put some lights in him. Because I didn't tell you, I cut a hole in the bottom of him. Look. I cut his butt out. I cut his butt out because I wanted to put some lights up in there. Oh, he's really going to be a hit. I really would prefer timer lights because I don't do well with the ones that aren't. But I'm just going to, for the last couple minutes here, I'm going to undo these and Let's see how they look. See if I can get them in there before we run out of time. Sometimes these are a mess to get all undone. They're great because it's such a little, you know, fine little wire, but man, they're can be a pain in the booty to get undone. Well, hello, Miss Sparky. Okay, those aren't all the way undone, but let me shove this up in here so we can see it. Oh my gosh. Cute. Is that so you can see when you're drinking in the dark? I guess. I don't know. No, I had some wine bottles on the that I use for some crafts, and they're like, they hang out on the back porch. Alright, you guys. Turn that light off. Look at him. So I would have to try to like pull those up a little bit higher. But look at him, isn't he cute? Now you can see his snowflake. I think he turned out so stinking cute. I just love him. Nah, he's not going anywhere. He's staying here. He's mine. I know, don't the lights make it? That's why I was like, wait, I almost forgot him. You know when you have a plan and then you forget about your plan until you're done crafting, and then you're like, oh, I meant to do the lights. Glad I remembered. You guys, at 6 o'clock, I gotta go. Go check out Miss Donna. Have a great night. Have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.